Today, shopping has become easier than ever. See an item that you like on your Instagram feed, click, go to the web store, select your size, and boom, within hours or next day you have it in your home. Swimsuit from Australia, skincare from Korea, or Dutch denim. You can buy items from all over the world from the comfort of your own home or during your daily commute to work. Seems like magic, right? Well, it's not magic. It's the result of an ever-growing operational and logistic network designed to make sure that businesses can fulfill every one of their customers' desires in the blink of an eye. The downside of it is that in this pursuit of immediacy and comfort, we are heavily compromising the planet's health. Let's see how. Alonso, and I am a strategic and branding consultant focusing on creative businesses. In case you just tuned in, this is the 6th episode of our series in sustainable fashion. We are going through the whole product life cycle and analyzing the different challenges the fashion industry faces when trying to be sustainable. Today we're talking about distribution and logistics. This means all of the small trips a particular product has to take from the moment it's finished to the moment it reaches its final destination. But wait a second, if you do not know or care the least thing about fashion, don't close the video just yet, because the things that we're going to talk about in this episode are actually relatable to all consumer goods at this point. Because like we said in the first video, the way the industry operates is just one part of the problem. Another deeper underlying cause of all the sustainability issues is the current consumer culture, on which we shop by impulse without understanding everything that goes into sourcing, manufacturing, and delivering this product. Today, we're going to talk about the implications of the delivery part of things. Number 1, single-use plastics. First, let's try to understand this obsession with plastic. Single-use plastic became so popular because it was considered as a synonym of safety and cleanliness. When you twist the cap on a plastic bottle and you hear that click, this means this bottle is coming straight from the factory. It has not been tampered with and it's safe to drink. Now, when we come from countries where you can very safely drink tap water, it is difficult to understand why in other parts of the world they love plastic so much. But we also need to understand that even today in 2020, there is a lot of countries where you can get very, very sick just by drinking tap water. And luckily the awareness and the understanding of the negative consequences of this is increasing every day, and even countries like Thailand or Philippines are banning the use of single-use bags, and single-use plastics are next to come. Now, single-use plastics will still be useful and needful under certain circumstances. For example, the healthcare industry. I don't think none of us wants to go back to sharing needles with the previous patient. However, in many other occasions, even if you do need plastic, it shouldn't need to be single-use. I'll give you an example. Let's say that you are a European country manufacturing in China, and when the items are finished, you're going to be delivering that back to your warehouse by boat. Your product is going to be 5 to 7 weeks at sea. Yes, you're going to need plastic. You're going to need plastic to protect that shipment from humidity and from mold, etc. But what if instead of buying the cheapest plastic possible, because you're just going to throw it away, we actually engineered containers and plastic to be more durable and have the chance to be reused? Imagine this. This is how standard packing for garments work. Every individual garment is going to be packed in a poly bag. Then it might be grouped by packs. Pack normally contains one full size group. In one carton, you can normally fit several packs. So you will take, let's say, 5 of these packs, put them on another bigger poly bag, and then put them on the carton. Yeah, it's like Russian nesting dolls. Okay, so you receive the shipment, you receive all your cartons, you start opening them up. First, you take the first poly bag out, it goes straight to the garbage, and then you take the different packs and you place them on your warehouse on the allocated space for those items, whatever. Then let's say 2 or 3 days after comes the time to deliver this to store. You will do individual packaging for every different store. You take a different carton box, you're gonna put 2 packs of this item, 2 packs of this item, 2 packs of this different item, put them on a new poly bag, put it in the carton and send it to stores. Then when the stores receive it, obviously, they're gonna have to take out all the different pieces from their multiple plastic bags and hang them in the stores. And what happens to all of these bags? They all go straight to the bin. But is that really necessary? Just by using the same bags that the product gets delivered in for your internal distribution, you are already going to be decreasing the negative impact of these operations. One step forward would be to invest in higher quality plastics that can be reused, or even engineer different ways of delivering garments to your store. At the very least, what you can do is making sure that all of the plastics that are used, both from your warehouse and from your supplier's sides, are recyclable, because there are certain plastics that can be recycled multiple times while others just can't. The second one is increased carbon footprint. The same delocalization of the production that we've been talking about, together with the increase of global omnichannel operations and on the number of e-commerce, even the smallest brands operating at a worldwide scale, has tremendously increased the distance a single item might travel in order to reach the final customer. This becomes even a bigger problem when joined by that culture of immediacy that is leading us to buy things right here, right now, without even thinking about it. Especially MCOMs and e-com brands have been very smart in designing applications and strategies that make shopping look more like a game than a commercial transaction. Things like same-day delivery or free returns have made our lives so much easier, but they have also made us completely oblivious about the consequences of our actions. In fact, they have made it so easy for us to shop from our phone that many times we order several things without really thinking about it or doing research, because if you don't like them, you can always return them and get your money back. But let's unpack this process for a second. If you remember, last week we were talking about manufacturing. We talked about an example of Dutch denim being manufactured in Bangladesh with Pakistani fabric and Chinese metallic trims. This is all before the garment is shipped. After the production is ready, this batch of jeans will have to go back to the manufacturer warehouse in the Netherlands, where the different orders will be shipped to their international branches around the world. This particular pair of jeans is going to the US division warehouse, which is located in Atlanta, Georgia. From there, it gets distributed to their flagship in New York. The style is super cool, so it sells off very fast. However, this particular pair gets returned to the store 7 days after it was bought. By the time of the return, the style is already broken, so it can no longer be displayed beautifully on the flagship store. The remaining pieces get sent back to the warehouse, and after that, a couple of weeks later, they are bought again through the online store at a 30% discount, and they end up in Florida, where the customer finally keeps them. Look at all of those lines in the map for just one single pair of jeans. And this is talking about a brand that has its own distribution network, so can somewhat try to optimize on the reverse logistics, and most of these logistic operations probably included hundreds of thousands of items, so the carbon footprint will have to divide it in between all of those. But now think about, for example, how more and more brands are operating solely online at a worldwide scale, doing individual shipments to everyone in the globe. Okay, so what can we do to minimize the negative effect of global operations besides, stop shopping? First thing we can do is to inform and be informed. One of the main issues for e-com retailers is the massive amount of returns they experience. Even the smallest brands feel that they have to offer free returns because otherwise they cannot compete with the big guys. The best way, though, to avoid returns is to make sure you are giving the customer as much information and as much detail you can about the product, so they can have a pretty good idea of what they're buying before they receive it. Things like site guides and material information, detailed pictures and videos are very good assets. But other brands go beyond that For example, ASOS has very recently piloting the use of the tool See My Fit. This is an AI and AR tool that allows the customer to see one single item in 16 different sizes and body types. Another thing that retailers and customers can do is offsetting their carbon footprint. Last week we talked about carbon offsetting companies and how they allow businesses to calculate and compensate their carbon emissions derived from their activity. Well, some of these companies, like for example the Norwegian Choose Today, have developed services specifically for the fashion and e-commerce industry, like a customer checkout opt-in. In the checkout window, the customer can see the carbon footprint derived from the particular item they're about to buy and how much will it cost to compensate. And you can choose to tick the box and add that amount to the total. It could also be possible to see the different carbon emissions related to a regular delivery, express delivery, and same-day delivery. This will not only help retailers make their businesses kinder to the environment, but it will give you very useful information about how much does your customer value this kind of sustainability-friendly initiatives. I'm not trying to say that we shouldn't enjoy shopping and that we shouldn't buy online anymore. In fact, e-commerce in general has a lower environmental impact than brick and mortar. What we need to do, and I keep repeating this, is being mindful and responsible about our choices and their consequences. Every time you're about to hit that buy now button, try thinking about the life that garment or that object has led up to this moment. And think about the life that it's going to have after all. How much use are you going to give it? If you really need it, or if it's going to improve your life in any way, then go for it. I try not to buy anything just out of boredom. Well, that is all for today. In the next video, we will talk about packaging and marketing. If you don't want to miss it, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications. Let me know what you think about it. And of course, if you have any questions, let me know here or reach out to me through any of our social media channels. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you didn't, well, I am very sorry. I'll try to do better next time. Until then, have a lovely day.